This is Andy Purewell for Boxing News. I'm joined by Brian Norman Senior here in Saudi Arabia. Brian, not to be tonight for your son. Came into this week, a lot of people were thinking that he was going to produce quite an emphatic finish. I know you guys echoed those calls. Wasn't to be tonight. How do you reflect on that fight with Devin Haney?
I mean, it was Devin Haney fought a very crafty, smart fight. He did what he did. He was fine on all cylinders. Brian Norman Jr. didn't seem to be fine on all cylinders, or whatever else from what I've seen him do, or whatever else. And we can count that to Devin, or we can credit it to Devin, or we could credit it, to whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is what happened happened. No excuses on this side. Devin Haney is a great fighter. He did what he did. He came out. I mean, it's mano a mano in that ring. It's just two people in that ring. So he came out, did what he did. He got the victory, and can't get nothing but respect that.
Obviously, a lot of people, from looking online as well, felt that maybe your son picked up the first round, but then the second round came as a bit of a shock to see Devin drop your son. What went through your mind in that moment, and how much of an influence did that second round, do you think, have on the coming rounds?
Yeah, I think that's probably what set the tone that made him maybe not want to punch. Because I always say, if anybody listen to me, I always tell you, power is what make you, not fight like you fight. You understand what I'm saying? You just actually just made me think about that. So that might have been what it was that had him not wanting to punch. That might have been what it was that had him not wanting to throw like he threw or whatever else. Because after the knockdown, after that round, I felt like he was fine. Like he was the same. Talking to him in the corner, he was alert. He could do the things he could do or whatever else. Like I said, to me, it just wasn't firing on the cylinders. Maybe somewhere in the back of his mind, the knockdown got to him. I don't know. But as far as the fight itself, after the knockdown, I think he was fine.
With the sequence of punches that produced that knockdown, what did you think, and why kind of your son allowed that to happen?
I don't think it's really an allow it to happen. I don't think he really allowed it to
How the shot
happen.
opened up,
Right. I mean, I like to give credit to the other fighter because there's two in the ring. Like I said, it takes two. So the other fighter can create that kind of situation and make it happen or whatever else. And he found a good shot. It's boxing. Anybody can get hurt. Anybody can get clipped. I always say it. He got clipped, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just credit it to Devin Haney being a good fighter, whatever else, and maybe putting the combination together to produce that situation.
Was Devin better than what you thought he would be?
Absolutely. He was a lot better than what I thought he would be. He was a lot stronger than I would thought he would be. He was, uh, yeah, he was a lot better than I thought he would be, bottom line. Yeah, definitely.
It seemed as though maybe in those final few rounds that your son did start to grow into it and started to have more success. Is this just a case of maybe then he realised that maybe the fight was getting away from him and he needed to try and find something?
Answer that question.
It seemed like going into the final few rounds your son was having more success. Do you think in his head that was maybe when it started to click, he needed to find something there?
Yeah, because Plan D was to rough him up, but the roughing him up part came with the roughing him up part is what Haney wanted because he just wanted to clinch anyway. So it was like he wanted to lower the action, steal some rounds, steal some shots, just do enough, to get through. And there was no way that Brian was gonna win a 12-round decision over Devin Haney, and everybody knew that coming into the fight. So it is what it is.
Obviously, the build-up to this fight for everybody from a neutral perspective has been very entertaining. Is it a bit more of a bitter pill to swallow because it seemed to be, not that it was personal, but there was certainly a family rivalry building between the Haneys and the Normans?
You said, is it a big pill?
A bitter pill to swallow.
Nah, it's not a bitter pill to swallow. I'm fine. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of action. I'm a man of integrity. So just like I was online and I was everywhere else talking my trash and saying what I was saying and believing what I was believing, I'm gonna be right back in the same spot saying whatever happened, and I'm gonna telling the truth, telling my truth just like what it is. You know what I'm saying? So nah, it's not bittersweet. It is what it is. The better man won tonight. He was the better man. He came out with a better game plan. His game plan work for him, and you ain't gonna hear I ain't no running and hiding for the people who thinking I'm going away and thinking I'm gonna be missing. I ain't gonna be I'm not none of that.
I'm sure first things first, you just want to get back home and kind of reflect on the entire situation, but in the immediate aftermath, is there kind of a thought process now as to where next for your son?
Say it one more time.
Is there a thought process taking place now as to where your son goes next?
We already spoke with Top Rank. They said we're just gonna take a little time off, then we're gonna come right back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the good thing, David, same thing. Called me already, expressed the same thing, saying that Brian Norman is young, so of course, you know what I'm saying, that it's not like if he was 31, 32, dealing with this type of situation may be a little different. He's 24 years old. He'll be 25 tomorrow. So with that being said, I mean, he got a long way to go. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you learn from the loss, it's not a loss.
Well, senior, commiserations to yourself, to your team. I've no doubt your son will be back and have a strap around his waist in the near future. Thank you for your time this week, and yeah, safe travels back home to the America.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.